Hi, I'm Liron Cohen.
And I'm Mimi Torchin.
And you're listening to Lady Parts TV, the podcast.
Whee!
Hi, everybody.
Greetings and salutations.
Welcome back to our podcast. We might be a little. No, we can't be. I was gonna say we might be a little sporadic in the next few weeks because we have Talking Teal going on. But this is the season. Things are gonna start. So probably not. Take that back. Hello.
Hello, everyone.
In the meantime, we have stats that we've tallied for 2 weeks. The last 2 weeks, we tallied 24 primetime shows, out of which written or co-written by a woman, exactly a half, 12, and directed by a woman, exactly a third, 8.
Well, not too bad.
Not too bad.
4 years ago.
Yeah, absolutely.
Never would have been this good.
And we have 2 new shows and 2 new movies to tell you about, and then a little discussion about the latest few episodes of The L Word Generation Q.
And
another little, yes, we'll insert that too. But we're going to start with, like, the show that we're the most excited about at the moment.
New show out of a lot of good new shows that I think I've almost ever seen.
Ooh.
Yes, right now, that's the way I'm feeling, yes.
Well, you said ever. Ever and right now are a little...
Well,
a little contradictory.
I don't know. Right. Maybe I'm having
ever is all time, right now is right now.
Short-term memory loss, and so ever is sort of right now.
We'll go with it. Hey, it's a Mimiism.
Okay.
So
anyway, it's called Vigil. It's airing Sundays on BBC One.
There were already 2 because they aired the first 2 Sunday and Monday, and now each new episode will come out on Sunday.
Right. Created by Tom Edge, who wrote the movie Judy.
Which was excellent.
And I sort of buried the lead.
Yes, you literally buried the lead.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, because it's the lead.
Oh, right. Very funny. Oh, we've already been through this joke. Right? I said we buried this. Did you bury the second lead?
Right.
Okay. Starring Suranne Jones, the great and mighty Suranne Jones.
Who is especially good in this.
She is so brilliant. And Rose Leslie.
Yes, whom we love.
Who is also quite wonderful. She hasn't had quite the drama yet to do, but and on the male side of the equation, Sean Evans, who plays Endeavor, and I love, and Martin Compston, who is in Line of Duty.
Now, when you say the male side, there are many men in this. There's a majority of men.
Yes,
but
because it takes place on a Titan submarine where there are 8 women
and 40 men
and 40 men on the crew.
Right,
yes.
but Suranne and Rose Leslie are the stars.
And Suranne is at the literal. She's the nucleus. I don't know. Is that right scientifically?
Well, it's a very fitting analogy in this case.
Yes, since it's a nuclear submarine. There are a couple of things that happen that bring Suranne, who is
she's a detective.
Right, and she's called in on this case. It first comes to their attention because a British trawler...
A Scottish trawler.
Oh, a Scottish trawler disappears. Woo. And that's a fantastic scene, by the way.
Yes, it's the opening scene. Very
so
dramatic.
Brilliant. And but really the reason she's brought in is because there is a suspicious death on the submarine, and it happened in British waters. So it makes it her jurisdiction. And
she has to actually go down into a submarine.
Down into the submarine.
And she has 3 days to figure out what's
going on. And
let me tell you, a lot more is going on than
as you can imagine, and you will certainly not even have to imagine. It's quite obvious that something is rotten
but actually it's a lot more than what we ever knew, including about nuclear submarines.
Yes, my God,
who knew that they existed?
They're always on the prowl.
They're always surveilling.
They're always. She says at one point, but we aren't at war. We're not at war, and he says we are always at war.
Yeah.
And
it's so good.
Yeah, it's really, really, really good. Really, really, really good.
Suranne is so good. She has a history that we are slowly beginning to unravel, but also...
There's also another little history that's slowly
coming to the fore.
with her and Rose Leslie's
Yes.
character, who
They're-
is her a detective in her unit, and who she has doing the groundwork while
Right,
she's
while she's
doing
on the
the
submarine.
undersea work. Right.
And they're not telling us exactly what is going on
No,
between them
but-
yet, but something is going
oh
on.
yes, yes.
They have
Anyway,
history.
we've even seen a scene.
Yes, that was very, very intimate.
intimate. Right.
They have very good chemistry.
They have wonderful chemistry. I love it. It's very twisty and turny because mysteries are always twisty and turny, but this is military secrets, and on top of military secrets, there's something going on the ship.
Right.
There's more even than meets the eye that would be even to keep the military.
And they
thing
just
secret.
keep the suspense so at high level, and Suranne is so good. It's just one of those things when all the aspects come together to create a
it's a
really
perfect show.
intense and exciting experience.
I'm just very sorry we can't binge it, but on the other
very
hand,
hard.
it would be over
in a day.
in a day. How many episodes are there? 6?
I believe that there are 6, and we've already seen 2. So Vigil is
Not
on
enough.
the BBC, and hopefully they'll, have a distribution deal with,
Yes, with
the rest
Netflix
of the
or
world.
something, because really it should not be missed.
Right, Vigil.
Vigil.
Okay, now to have both Suranne and Nicola Walker in the same time with new shows, it's quite exciting. And this show is called Annika, and it's on a network I've never heard of before called Alibi, but I have a feeling we would be interested.
I think I've heard of it.
Yeah? Anyway, it's called Annika, Annika being Nicola Walker's character. There are a lot of supportive cast, but I will just mention Sylvie Furneaux, who plays her daughter. And she's very good. And also, we have the feeling, nothing has been said, again, kind of outwardly, but we have a feeling she's a lesbian, and there might be something there. So this is about something I would never even think about to do a show about. Apparently there's a marine homicide unit. Nicola is in charge of it, and they have all these deaths that happen on boats and in water and all sorts of things. You have to be really
Very dangerous.
very creative and very inventive when you make new shows about detectives, because it's all been done before.
No, these
Anyway.
are original.
What's very different about this, because we would watch anything with Nicola in it pretty much, except the Split. I know we tried many times and we just haven't been able. We tried.
You're much more. Yeah, but you're more against it than I am.
No, I'm not against it. It's just it's not. I watched and then never felt like watching again. So 3 times we tried that. Anyway, but a lot of people love it, so check it out. Anyway.
Damning with faint praise.
Anyway, well, it's full of great women, and it's... Anyway, so the thing that's interesting about this, though, because Nicola usually really plays herself. Actually, I shouldn't say herself. I don't know her in real life, but she plays the same character over and over
to
again.
many actors.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's part of her charm, and she does it very well, so I don't even mind it, because, sometimes, when an actor keeps doing the same shtick over and over again, it gets
boring,
old. But not in her
doesn't it?
case,
No.
because she's charming, and she's just... I love her.
And she's a wonderful actress.
And she's a wonderful actress. And there's always something that's different. Even if at the core she does the same thing, there's always something that's unique. And in this case, it's actually very unique because, A, she gets to be funny in a very droll, witty kind of a way.
Charming.
Which she doesn't usually get to do a lot because she's oftentimes very a dark kind of character.
She's funny in Last Tango.
She is, in a different way.
In Halifax, yeah.
The other thing that happens here, which I am usually completely against, but in this case it works.
It really does.
Is the breaking of the fourth wall, which she does several times throughout the episode to talk directly to us. And I think it works, A, because it's a very witty, very well written script. And B, because she's
just
sells
so
it.
charming.
She's so good. She does it so effortlessly
It
that
just
it feels
seems
natural.
Exactly.
And it's it's actually a case of the week type of show, even though the ongoing story really is her relationship with her daughter, which also is a source of a lot of humor, but also of a lot of drama.
Aggravation.
Well, and family drama. So it's actually interesting to combine
She's a single mother.
Combine these murders that she has to, these gruesome murders that she has to investigate with her relationship with the family drama with her daughter.
Teenage daughter.
Her daughter, by the way, is very good.
Very good.
And
but she's also a teenager, which
and listen, she's moved her around a lot. She's not home a lot. She doesn't have a. She's a single mother. So there's a reason for this girl to be a little bit of an annoying
in addition
teenager.
to being a teenager.
Right. Anyway, we thoroughly enjoy
I
it.
love it. Yeah. No, I have to admit, I don't know if it's because I was really tired.
The last one was a little, less
complex.
yeah.
I just hardly knew what was.
But that's okay, because first of all, the family drama in that episode actually was more important,
Very
and it was
good.
very interesting, and again, kind of they managed to combine a lot of fun into it. And because I just really enjoy her in this role, and I enjoy watching her.
Always.
So this
And
is,
I like things that take place by the water, on the water, in the water.
It always looks stunning. Mm-hmm. So this is Annika. We've already had, I believe, 3 or 4 episodes, Tuesdays on Alibi. And now to our 2 movies, starting with
Colony, which, since I'm reviewing it, you might suspect is a science fiction movie. It stars, it's in theaters and on demand now, digital. Directed by Tim Fellbaum and co-written by him and Mariko Minoguchi, who is a woman. And I don't know either of the women who are both the leads. Nora
Arnezeder?
Arnezeder, and I think she might be French, but I'm not positive. And Sarah Sophie Busina. And the 2 men, however, that are front and center are Ian Glenn, who I adore, and Sebastian Roche, who many of you will know, and especially General Hospital fans will know. And I'm just going to give you a little clue that he's not playing a bad guy for a change. Anyway, cataclysmic, world-shaking conditions happened on Earth. All of the things that are happening now happened in a culminating kind of a way, and there was a mass exodus to a distant planet. Now they have sent 2 expeditions to Earth, one that disappeared, and this one where the sole survivor is Nora. And the world is covered with water. It all takes place on the seacoast, and they're coming to see if humans can return to Earth because they can no longer reproduce. I believe it has to do with the women, their cycles get all screwed up because of the differing magnetic pulls and everything, and they just can't reproduce anymore. So in order to keep the species alive, they want to see if they can return to Earth. So that's what they're there to find out. And a lot of things happen. It's a very great looking movie. The music is interesting. The 2 women I love. The men are very good. It's not the best movie I ever saw. It isn't totally satisfying as far as an ending is concerned, but seeing these fabulous women, especially the Earther, she's not an Earther anymore. She's from, I can't remember the name of the planet, but Kepler. She's a Kepler, as they call themselves. She's fabulous. She's kick-ass. And I really enjoyed it. I don't think it's going to be an alien. I don't think it's going to be a huge hit, but I think that it's really, if you're into
the genre,
I think it's well worth your time. Colony.
The Colony.
Oh, The Colony, sorry. I enjoyed it very much.
Okay, our second movie is called Holler. It is available to rent on Amazon Prime, and I'm pretty sure other places on demand and on digital. Written and directed by Nicole Regal, and starring. Did you say she was British or Australian? The girl.
She's British.
Jessica Barden, who is an actress, a young actress. Becky Ann Baker, who was wonderful. Pamela Adlon in a small role, but she can never do any wrong.
Never do wrong.
And Gus Helper plays the brother.
He was wonderful. He played one of the Menendez boys in American Crime.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. And this is... we keep going back to this term that the New York Times coined when they were reviewing Mayor of Easttown, American miserableism. Not being said in any kind of a judgy or a patronizing way, but it's one of those movies that depicts some of the very hardworking
factory workers in a town where
small town
where the
in
factory is
rural America,
always on the verge of closing.
Right.
It's not rural. No. It's just small town. This takes place in southern Ohio, and these people have hard, scrapple lives. They work very hard. They are very.
It's hard to make it out of the town. It's hard to get education. It's just hard to get by. It's hard to get by.
But they're very loyal to one another.
Well, and this is the thing, that it's kind of American miserableism, but seen through compassionate eyes that want you to understand the lives of these people through the prism of what they, what that kind of oppressive lives can do to a person's psyche and a person's ability to dream, and even kids and how they think about their lives and what they can or cannot do. But then at the same
everything
time,
seems to be a dead end.
But at the same time, as a community, how good they are and kind they are to one another, how they pull through, how they're committed to helping one another, and it's very inspiring. Actually,
it is. Ruth is the main character, and her brother Gus, her brother Blaze.
Yes.
He really, really loves her, and he's her older brother, and he sacrifices a lot for her. She's highly, highly intelligent. She has a future, and he is absolutely determined that she get out and go to college and have a life.
Yeah.
And Pamela Adlon plays their. She's in jail right now. Her mother.
It's very well made. It's very well acted. It's very well directed. Very, handheld. It kind of dark and desaturated. And it's very moody. It's quite
winter,
depressing. It's quite depressing.
And it's there's not much to cheer you up on, but the relationships are wonderful.
The humanity. Oh, the humanity.
All, yeah.
But and again, I think that it's actually a very beautiful depiction of what lies beneath the surface that sometimes is depicted in movies as look at this town, kind of, we all know what we're talking about, but let's see what goes on in these people's lives and who they really are and how they relate to one another and into their lives and conditions. I think it was a very beautiful.
I loved it.
Movie.
It got to my heart.
Yeah, so it's called Holler. It is available on digital.
I don't know why it's called Holler.
I don't know either.
I couldn't figure it out.
They didn't explain it. There was no reference to anything like that at any point, so I'm not sure. Okay, finally, let's talk a little bit about the L Word Generation Q. We're pretty much halfway in, although we haven't seen the latest one, which is the one coming out this weekend. We haven't seen that yet, although I'm very excited to see Rosanna Arquette coming back. What are the odds? Sherry, who I still think is, I know all the Shane and Carmen fans are going to be horrified, but I still think she was Shane's true love.
I do too.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Now, briefly, because we're not going to go into it, there's so much we could talk about with the L Word, and I do think that this season is so much better than the first season in terms of storyline, in terms of writing.
Too bad they couldn't have started here.
Yeah.
Because I was really not even looking forward to it.
Yeah, but I really hope they get another season after this.
Me too.
Now, the couples that I want to see.
Good luck.
Well, no, these are all based on things that we're seeing happening.
Now, right.
So Shane and Tess.
Number one for me.
We've already seen a little bit of it, and I would love to see more of that. And I really am enjoying the new Shane.
Yes. Mm-hmm. She's growing up.
She's growing up.
Yes, it's about time.
Gigi and Danny, who I think have tons of chemistry.
Yes.
I thoroughly enjoyed the episode that explored their Persian relationship.
That was so cute. It was just great.
It was. I loved it. And they both,
It was so much fun.
They were, because Gigi's fun. And Danny could be fun, except she's always agonizing over something. So she brought out a lot of, fun aspects out of her. I loved it. And I love that they augmented Maribel's presence on the show. She's a fabulous actress and a wonderful character. They obviously paired her up with Micah because they didn't know what to do with Micah. I don't know what to do with Micah.
I don't know.
Maybe they should just ship him off
Micah,
somewhere.
Yeah, off to college somewhere or
He
something.
is such a dull character. He is such a dull
Yes,
actor.
he has no charisma whatsoever.
No,
he has
no,
no
barely
light.
any
There's no
affect.
spark. He's just and he's always kvetching about
know.
something. I just
Yes, it's I don't get that, but so I'm not. They're obviously moving toward pairing them up as a couple. I would be happy to see Maribel with anybody but Micah personally. I'm not. So couples I don't care to see are Micah with anybody.
yeah, we don't like Micah.
I don't want to see Alice with her male editor. He's adorable. He's cute.
Yes,
he's
a
funny.
cute character, but they have no chemistry. And anyway, we want our Alice to remain a lesbian.
Well,
she's sort of made a choice. I know she's bisexual.
I don't
and
know.
We
if,
love bisexuals.
I don't know if saying she's sort of made a choice is the right thing here, because she, if she is truly bisexual, she just falls in love with whoever she falls in love with. But I have to say, I've been enjoying seeing her with women, and if they want, I understand bisexuality has to have visibility as well. That's important.
Yes,
then bring us a new
absolutely.
character who's bisexual and let her have men. I want Alice
Yes, we
to
know
be with
Alice
a
has
woman.
just had her heart broken by a woman.
This is a
so-
rebound.
Yeah, that it's
Yeah.
But he first of all, I thought he was gay. So
Yeah, no, he's not.
yeah, he's
No,
not.
I'm not seeing them together, and I want Alice to be happy. I thought that their talk about Dana was very moving.
Yes,
And in a way, I think she's still
grieving over Dana.
not only that, I think she'll forever compare anybody she'll be with Dana. So she, in a sense, she will never really be with anybody. She has already lost the love of her
Yeah.
life, and maybe that's part of her kind of exploring whoever. And at this point, honestly, I don't care to see Danny and Sophie
Oh,
together.
no.
I really
No.
don't. I think we've been there, done that.
I think Sophie has crossed the line, and I
I don't
think they
enjoy
have
them
any
together.
chemistry.
Exactly. I think Sophie could be with Finley, although I don't particularly care
Yes,
if she
but
does.
I prefer because I don't
prefer
really
too.
care that much about either of them. I do care about Danny.
And we
I
saw
wanna
what Gigi
see-
could bring out of her. And
Yes.
Sophie never brought that out of her.
No, Sophie just kind of made her miserable.
Yeah. So that's what I have to say. Bet, the person who is always hard to pair up with, because who can
Live up
match
to
that?
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, of course, Tina.
Well, I never liked Tina that much.
Well,
to be honest.
you can't have Bet with somebody who's another Bet, because she's the alpha. So that's why it's so hard to pair up. Tina was just the person we came to associate with her as like the stable. Although from the very first moment they were not
They
stable.
were fighting. I know that it's not going to happen. It was just a little fun thing, but I enjoyed her with Gigi.
I kind of enjoyed them too, because it was titillating and because I enjoyed how devoted Gigi was to her. But it was
Yes.
never going to work.
No.
And obviously they're moving towards, they're trying to pair her up with this artist that she admires, which could be an interesting dynamic,
Yes.
just in terms of, for the first time, maybe we'll see her in the more,
In the-
in the kind of adoring,
The fangirl.
as opposed to
mode.
usually everybody is the fangirl
Yes,
for her.
for Bet, exactly. She's not the star of this relationship.
Right, but that's also, I mean, this artist is kind of cold and kind of, I don't know, I'm not seeing it yet, but it seems like that's where they're
that's
headed.
the direction they're moving.
Yeah, it could be interesting. I need to see more before I can
Well,
truly.
you will see more.
Yes. So this is just a little bit because we haven't seen the latest one, but we've been really enjoying
it.
We watch it as soon as
Absolutely.
it comes out, and
Yep, I think it's fulfilling its promise this season.
I would love to see Holland Taylor come back. Peggy Peabody. We know that
Peggy
Helena is
Peabody.
coming back at some point.
Well, maybe Peggy will come too.
Maybe, and maybe she
Wonder
could bring
if she's
Sarah
still
Paulson with
with
her.
her. Was she a?
She was a minister or a
minister,
rabbi or interfaith
yeah,
something or
yeah.
other. Yeah, I know. Well, I'm hoping
Isabella
that she
Hoffman.
has. I'm hoping that she has a new girlfriend, a young girlfriend,
who looks just like
who
Sarah
looks less like
Paulson.
Sarah Paulson.
Wow. It would be a fun little cameo for the two of them.
So that's it for today.
No, it is not it for
Oh,
today.
I keep
Leilani.
forgetting it. Okay, sorry. Finally, just a few seconds. on the Chair, which last
gave
time
a
we talked.
very, very lukewarm review
Yes.
to
because we had only watched the first three, and the first three were very lukewarm.
Well, the third was already
The first,
getting
and we
good.
said that that the third. We were happy that we saw the third because it was already getting a little better, and then the next
Guess
three
what?
were a completely different
It
show.
got fabulous.
It was a completely entirely different show, and we enjoyed every second of it.
Yes, we watched the
and,
last three last night and loved every minute of
Right.
it.
So we just wanted to give to correct or rather.
Because we were bucking the trend. Everybody was loving the show.
We couldn't figure it out. What were they seeing that we weren't?
We finally decided to go back and revisit it, which I had always planned to.
Yeah, but really, it's not that we all of a sudden changed our mind. It's that the
it's
show got better.
Just got exponentially better.
It's like two different shows, the first three and the second three.
And everybody is great in it.
Yeah.
Every single person. And Holland gets a lot more to do,
Which
is very
helps.
nice.
And we might get a second season at this rate.
I hope so.
And in the second season, in that case, Holland will get even more to do.
Yes.
So that's great.
Yeah, it's wonderful. I really, really recommend it. It's a very witty,
very original.
Original show.
So now we're done. And we will see you next week with a lot more to say. Thank you for joining us.
Yes.
Be safe. And join us for Talking Teal on Sunday.
Absolutely.
Bye.